Good morning, everybody. That was a cringy way to start it, but it is, no, tell me the date, phone. Thursday, the 16th of Feb, 2023. Thursday, the 16th of Feb, 2023, or day 47 of doing this daily audio journal. And, yeah, it's currently 7:50 a.m. Fuck, is that all? I got up at 7. I didn't realize it had been 50 minutes already. I gotta leave for work in like an hour. Yeah, man, 47 days is all it takes to change your life. Less, technically, but like, I'm 47 days in to the new year, and I started with one thing that sort of just snowballed into another, and now not only am I 47 days sober, but I've also run 13 kilometers just this week. It's Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I did running, and I've run, I think, like 12.88 kilometers, which is fucking wild, because the guy that started this year, the guy that came into this year, the guy that at this time last year, no fucking way, not at all, not even nearly. Not even close, not even a thought that was being entertained, getting out and exercising in any form or fashion like this, right? But I've started to notice like gray hairs coming in, and I'm going to stay natural, I reckon. I'm going to try for the longest time to not dye my hair in any way. I mean, you say that, like, try not to dye my hair. I just don't dye my hair, right? But if it becomes a point where it like hinders me, where people are like, yo, are you 50? And I'm only like 35, then maybe I might have to, but but I've never been this physically fit before. I've never been this, I've never been where I'm at right now. And so I'm going to be doing a few things. I want to go get a DEXA scan on Saturday, hopefully. It tells you all your body stuff, how fatty your body organs are, what your physiological age, your biological age is versus what your actual age is. I want to see the sort of damage that was done when I was a stoner. And then at some point, I also want to go and get a full blood panel done, have a look at all my blood levels and make sure everything's all like healthy and looking good. And really try to optimize my body and optimize myself so that I can, live for a long time. But one thing that's crazy is the mental health aspect. That I went from being a guy last year who, I'll just start this with a warning that it might be triggering for some people. It might not be too. It's not. I don't know. It sounds dramatic. It sounds like I can understand why no one likes to talk about their mental health issues, because it sounds like it's worse than what it was at the moment, and it was pretty bad. But anyway, I've never like considered. I want to say, I just say suicide. Fuck it. It's like, it's real. It's what it is, right? I've never considered suicide. I've never been to a point where I've tried to commit it or thought about it in any sort of serious capacity. But there was moments where last year I was thinking, and I would have conversations with Mads about, how bad does it get before someone does that, right? Because I was in a really, really bad mental state, and I hadn't gotten to the point where I was considering that. But like, how bad does it get for people to sort of pull the trigger on that? And the answer, pretty bad. But I think maybe it doesn't get much worse in terms of how they feel, if that makes sense, or the things that are happening to them, or the life that they're living. But I think maybe it's that sense of despair, the sense of hopelessness, right? Like, I've been reading this book, Mortals, by, I think, Rachel Menzies. And she talks in that about most people who get to the point of having suicidal thoughts or following through with that, they are more or less, they just don't see the point in existing anymore. Like there might be pain, there might be discomfort, it might be hard, whatever they're going through. But most people who get to that point, they just think that everything's pointless, and that life is pointless, and that there's no point being here. And a lot of the times it just needs to be a perspective shift. And so I'm so lucky and so thankful that I've got my beautiful wife, and my, my closest friends and people around. In fact, a lot of people that are really close to me probably wouldn't even know that I was going through this. But the reason that I'm changing my health, the reason that I'm changing all my aspects of my life is because I don't want to be that guy. I was looking in the mirror and I started to hate myself, hate who I saw. Nothing I did, I couldn't pick a good thing out of what was going on. But then in the next breath, I'd be putting myself down. And then in the next breath, I'd be like, I'm so awesome, I'm so handsome, And so I was having these conflicting thoughts, I guess, of myself, where I was, I don't know how to put it. Yeah, I guess just conflicting thoughts of myself, where I was my biggest hater and a fan of myself, where I could justify my bad behavior or my, the things that I would say or do. I could justify those because that's just who I am. But then at the same time, I'd go home and I'd beat myself up and be like, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to be like that. And so I wonder how much of who I was played out because of all the external factors. So not the stuff inside my head, but like, my diet was shit. I wasn't doing anything to look after my physical health. And then when Mads went to hospital, when maybe that's what it was. Maybe Maddie going to hospital and Otis having epilepsy and being in the vet was like my mortality awakening, right? It was like a moment for me to sit and really consider my own health, because I didn't want to be the next one that went down, that got knocked, and I didn't want it to be worse. I was never really taught good habits with health and exercise, and I don't blame my mum for that, because she wasn't taught the same thing, and it probably went back further and further. I did sports and stuff. I was an active kid. I swam and I got out on my bike and stuff like that. So I guess maybe the thought was, he'll be all right. But the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, they say, hey? And so when I became a fat, lazy stoner, it's because I grew up in that environment. And I'm so sorry, Mum, if you listen to this. I'm so sorry, but it's just the truth, hardworking, but bad eating habits, bad mental health habits, bad coping mechanisms. And so I was taught that. I saw that growing up. And so what's the first thing that happens? You hit adulthood and you've got the reality hits, right? Where you've got responsibilities, you've got to deal with stupid fucking people. Pardon me. And bro, all the fucking things just hit me, a burp and a yawn. I'm sorry. All these things hit you and you become, I guess you just become what you know. And as much as I had a different upbringing from like 12 onwards, because I met my mum and my stepdad, there's still that lingering, early childhood behaviors, I guess, that I witnessed. And so, I'm not saying that I'll never smoke weed again. I'm not saying that I'll, it's just I will only invite it back into my life when I've already built some healthy habits and an undeniable life course for an undeniable life force. I don't know. Look, I mean, I'm excited about the day that I can, do an edible again, or partake in a joint or something like that. But I don't think I'll ever go back to smoking alone at home, or being I don't know, just doing anything that's going to hinder my achievements and my efforts this year. I'm doing a 10K marathon, or 10K run, in at the end of April. And then I'm going to be signing up for the half marathon in October, the Melbourne half marathon. And then, maybe next year take on like a Tough Mudder or something. We'll figure it out. But I just need to do more, and I need to get out. And I haven't been active for a long time, and I haven't hit my full potential, and I haven't really given anything a good go. And I've just spent the last couple of years dedicating my life to leadership and management, and while that was as fulfilling as it could be at the time, leaving that environment and not being in a leadership position, who am I? What do I do? I don't do anything. I don't have any hobbies. I don't do anything. And I could say, I play games. I'm not really good at them. I'm not the best at them for someone who only plays games, I just did it to waste time so that I could say, oh yeah, I play games. That's my hobby. And I have nothing else. And so now my hobby is, doing these audio journals and having some sort of an outreach where I can engage with an audience. I guess if I just keep persevering, eventually, after 200 episodes, someone has to have heard it. But anyway, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm going to go. I hope that everyone who listens to this has a great day, and that that there are people out there like me who are proof that you can change your life, and you don't have to be the way you are if that's not what you want, and if it's not working for you.